Hey guys, it's Sahur. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do an Instagram baddie tutorial. I never really understood the allure behind these kind of tutorials, but as someone who is more popular on Instagram, it is a rite of passage. I have to make this because people ask me to, so here we are. I am wearing this really weird hat that says Totally Cactus on it, and I don't really think that means anything, so I think it's perfect. I also never really wear any type of hat, let alone this specific type. I actually went and bought this just for the video. See how dedicated I am? And just to make this video a little bit more fun, I'm putting a little bit of a twist on it. I'm going to be doing a drugstore versus high-end. This side is going to be my drugstore side, and this side is going to be my more high-end side, just to see how the products wear. I will be taking you around the day with me, doing check-ins every couple of hours to show you how both sides are lasting. Sound good? Alright, so I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because I can't take myself seriously with it on. Okay, on the drugstore side, I'm gonna be using the Rimmel Brow This Way Brow Styling Gel. And on the more high-end side, I'm going to be using the Pixie Natural Brow Duo. Next, I'm going to use some concealer on my eyelids. On the drugstore side, I'm using the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour Breathable Concealer in the shade Medium Dark. And on the high-end side, I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. Okay, now to set that concealer on this side, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Translucent. And on the high-end side, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte Powder. Okay, so now that my eyebrows are done and I have prepped my eyelids, I'm going to move on to eyeshadow. Now, in the typical Insta baddie look, eyeshadow isn't very prominent. I feel like the emphasis is usually more on eyeliner and falsies. But there is a little definition of the crease, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to use the Insta Duo Contour Stick because I want to show you a different way to use this product. It's actually pretty versatile. I love the creamy finish and it has really nice payoff. So I'll be using this Insta Duo Contour Stick in dark to give my crease some definition. I'm going to do the same thing on the high-end side, but I'm using the Fenty Beauty Match Sticks in Truffle. This one's a little bigger than the Rimmel one, so it's kind of hard to fit it in my crease, which is fine. It's not really meant to be like an eye product. It is a face product, so there is a slight difference in color between the two. The Rimmel one is just a bit warmer, whereas the Fenty Beauty one's kind of very cool toned. It's nothing major, so I think it should be okay. Worst case scenario, I'll just walk out with like two totally different colors on my eye. That's okay. That's normal, people do that. Okay, now moving on, I'm going to go on to eyeliner. On the drugstore side, I'm going to be using the Scandaleyes Precision Micro Eyeliner by Rimmel. So I've made the template for my eyeliner, and the way you want to do your eyeliner is you want to start off kind of skinny and you want to make it as long as you are comfortable. So just kind of stretch it out and then start skinny, and then you can just kind of start building it up. I feel kind of bad saying that long and skinny is the way to go because I feel like I'm fat shaming eyeliner, but that's not the case. It's just the best way to elongate your eye without making it look like panda eyes. So long and skinny, but only for eyeliner. And on the high-end side, I'm using the Tarte Double Take eyeliner. So now I'm going to use the Extra Super Lash Mascara, also by Rimmel, on the drugstore side. And on the high-end side, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. Okay, so that is pretty much all the eye stuff done. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some falsies, and I'll be right back and take you through the foundation routine. Okay, next I'm gonna be using some of the new releases by Rimmel in Singapore. I've already used one of them, which is the Lasting Breathable Concealer. There's also the Lasting Finish Breathable Foundation and the Insta Fix and Go Priming and Setting Spray. So first I'm going to be using this spray to prime my drugstore side, and then I'm going to be using the Smashbox Primer Water to prime this side of my face, just because I feel like they're both kind of like priming sprays, so I thought it would be nice to compare them to each other. And next, on the drugstore side, I'm going in with the Lasting Breathable Foundation in the shade 400 Natural Beige. It's said to be a medium coverage foundation, has this little applicator thing. It doesn't really have any kind of scent added to it. It does smell like foundation, but it's not a very overpowering scent. Okay, so the shade match is pretty okay. I like the applicator because it's pretty flexible and it's letting me like go around places. I feel like it gives me a lot of precision in applying the foundation. So for example, I want to go around my brow but not on it, so I can just do that. So the finish and coverage of this foundation is really nice. I feel like it really evened out my skin tone on this part. It matches my neck, it matches my ear. I love the kind of dewy finish, and it definitely is like a good medium coverage. On the high-end side, I think I'll use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation because it's pretty similar. It's medium to full coverage, and it's also a very similar finish, and I think the shade match will be pretty close. Okay, both foundations are good to go. The shades are actually pretty close. Like, I can't tell that I'm wearing two different foundations, which is good, because then I don't look like Too Faced and you know, my face looks like one uniform color. Next, to conceal and highlight on the high-end side, I'm using the Urban Decay concealer again. And on the drugstore side, I'm going to be using the Lasting Breathable Finish concealer in the shade 400 Medium Dark as well. This concealer is actually really creamy. Okay, so I'd say that I did a pretty good job of brightening my under eye and covering up my dark circle, which is a must for me. Now it's time to contour. Again, Instagram Baddie essential. So I'm going to use the Rimmel contour stick I used before and the Fenty Beauty contour stick that I also used before. Okay, so now that both my contours are blended out, it's time to bake. Baking, essential because it gives you that really matte under the eye finish and it looks really good in photos. It might enhance skin texture in person, but it looks great in photos, which is pretty much always where you see all your favorite Instagram baddies, so let's do it. Again, I'm using the same Stay Matte powder by Rimmel, using my beauty blender, kind of just smooshing it in so I get a good amount of powder on my beauty blender. You're gonna apply it right under the eyes, right here in the smile lines, and then under your contour. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the high-end side using the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder. Okay, so once that's been there for a little bit, you just want to brush it away slightly. Okay, so Insta baddies don't really apply a lot of blush, which as much as it breaks my heart because I love blush, I guess I'm gonna have to skip it today. Okay, so now to finish off this look, I'm gonna go in with an ombre lip. Now, it was kind of tough for me to find exact shade match with the drugstore and high-end, but because it is an ombre lip, I feel like there's a little bit more lenience. As long as I mix like the perfect color and quantity together, she'll look pretty okay. On the drugstore side, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Exxagerate Full Color Lip Liner in the shade 105 Under My Spell, with the Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Pink Blink. And then on the high-end side, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in the shade Por Vida, and the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in the shade Jet Setter. Okay, so the color on both halves of my lips looks pretty similar, which I'm really glad about. I'm gonna take you around my day with me so you can see how the color wears, how the foundation wears, how the everything wears. But before we go, it is time to set. So again, I'm using the Insta Fix and Go spray by Rimmel. And on the right side, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover Spray, which is also a primer and spray. Okay, so you guys, that is a wrap on my Instagram baddie tutorial. I really hope you found it helpful. And I hope you think I nailed the look, because I bought this really stupid hat. I mean, what does totally cactus even mean? All my makeup is done. Now I'm gonna take you around my day with me, so let's go. Hey guys, so it's been about an hour since I did my makeup. I'm heading out to get some lunch. Everything looks pretty good. It looks the exact same that it did when I first finished my makeup, so I'll check back in later. So now I've been home for a bit. It's been about 5 hours since I did my makeup. Lipstick situation is not good on both sides. It's pretty much entirely gone around the center, and that's partly my fault because I have been eating a lot. So I get it. On the more drugstore side, well, the entirely drugstore side, everything looks good. Eyeliner also looks good. I'm surprised like the tip hasn't smudged off. On the high-end side, I just pulled my eyelash off because I am tired. So I thought I would do a check-in before I pulled off my other eyelash. Eyeliner here as well looks good, no smudging. Both foundations look really good. I feel like I'm at that point where I would almost forget which side was drugstore high-end because both sides are performing really well, they're wearing very well, and they look really good. I mean, they look pretty similar. I can't tell which is which is good. Good. I'm having a good makeup day. Alright, so I'm gonna pull off this eyelash and I'm gonna check in with you guys later. Okay, so you guys, it's been about 6 hours since I did my makeup. I'm about to take it off. I know that it's kind of short for check-ins, but I don't normally wear my makeup longer than this. I thought I would show you guys how it's looking. So the lipstick is pretty much gone. There's just like a little bit of lip liner left. Both the lip liners look pretty good. Both the foundations look really good. My contour is still on point. If I didn't already know which was the high-end side, which was the drugstore side, I wouldn't be able to tell. Both the foundations are lasting really well. Same for the concealer. Okay, so thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And you can check me out on all my other social media in the links below. If you have any suggestions or anything for a video you'd like to see, please leave me a comment down below. I love reading your comments. Thank you so much. Bye!